Hello, how are you?
Super good. How's it going?
It's going wonderfully, except for the fact that I had to watch a Star Wars this day. Hey, James, I saw a movie last night
Yeah?
called Suspiria.
Is it pretty fucking good?
Boy, dang howdy, is that a movie that they made?
Is
That
that
is
a
a movie that they made, and then they put it out, and they let people come see it.
Is that a positive endorsement?
I fucking loved it, but dang, dude, they just made that movie and they put it out, and then they sold tickets to it and let people go watch it.
Yeah.
It's wild. That movie is wild. It's like a major theatrical release movie, and the stuff that goes on in that movie is shit that I had to like learn secret passwords and go into basements to go find as a younger man.
You said kind of the same thing about Hereditary, too.
Oh, it's way better than Hereditary.
Wow, that's saying something, because I loved Hereditary.
Yeah, I liked Hereditary too, but Hereditary was like a good horror movie. Suspiria is a fucking masterpiece. It is.
Wow.
I've never seen anything like it in my entire life.
Wild. Yeah, Bess and I are going to try to see it tonight. If not, we'll see it like Tuesday or Wednesday, probably.
Yeah, it's great. Definitely some people walked out of our showing. I'm sure some people will walk out of yours.
Damn.
Yeah, it's nothing like the original.
That's what I've heard. Yeah.
It's like the original in that it's called Suspiria and there are witches and dancing. That's about where the similarities end.
Did you know that the ceiling in the Spellman house in Chilling Adventures of Sabrina is the ceiling from the original Suspiria?
I did not know that. I'm going to have to go back and look at that. Actually, hold on. Let's pause the podcast because May's definitely going to want to know that right now.
Yeah.
May, come here.
What's up?
Hello.
Hi.
Hey, you know that cool glass ceiling that the Spellmans have in their house in Chilling Adventures of Sabrina?
Yeah.
It's the exact same glass ceiling from the original Suspiria movie.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
How do you know that? You looked it up?
Yeah, I saw it on a BuzzFeed article or something. It was very on purpose.
Wow. Weird.
Mm-hmm. I thought you'd like to know that.
I would like to know that. The new Suspiria.
I do like to know that.
The new Suspiria is very good.
That's what Phil said.
Everyone must go see it now.
Especially children.
Especially children. All the kids from ages 4 to 15, please go see this right now. It's very good. Like
Serious for the children.
It's for the children. The remake is for the children.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely.
Yeah.
It was a kid's movie. That was a cool fact. Thank you.
You're welcome.
I'm going to go watch Dynasty because guess what? I still watch that show.
Hell yeah. I don't,
It's
but you enjoy.
I will. Bye.
Goodbye.
Well, James, you know, this isn't good movie talk abouty, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
As much as I'd love to do an entire podcast about the movie Suspiria, unfortunately, we have to do something that we've been doing for literally as long as we've been podcasting.
Yeah.
And something that I continue to hate every time I have to do it. And that's talk about a goddamn Star Wars.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, this one, Phil, this one's not a Star Wars, to be fair. It's a Star Wars story.
It is a Star Wars stories. Well, let's put on our heavy woolen brown robes and pull out our magic light up swords and strap our laser crossbows to our back and hey, let's make a podcast about a Star Wars.
Hell yeah, let's do it.
Welcome to Movie Improvy.
Hello. Welcome to the podcast.
Oh, I see what you're doing now. Yeah, that was good. I thought you were just doing a nice, kind of nice, musical theater-y hello. Like, hello. Yeah, this is your world's first and foremost film repair podcast from now in this galaxy here. I'm your licensed and board-certified film repair technician, Phil Strassman.
And I'm your executive film form, James Kettler.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, executive film outer space form. Executive film alien life form is another one.
Executive film extraterrestrial.
James, you know how to learn your Star Wars name?
Take a regular name and just spell it wrong.
It's your name backwards, and then the model of the first car you ever owned.
Semaj Achieva.
Yeah, that's a good Star Wars name.
That is a solid Star Wars name.
I'm Lip Gallant.
That's also a really good Star Wars
It
name.
works. It's a formula derived by scientists, James. It works for a reason.
Fuck. Bess's would be Seb Prius.
That's so good also. Well, James, it's gonna take a lot of mental and emotional preparation for me to have to talk about this bad movie franchise. So if it's okay with you, I'd like to maybe just maybe like ease my way into it by looking at some short movies and talking about those first.
Especially some short non-Star Wars movies.
Yeah, that would be ideal. I'm at the iTunes page here, and I'm looking at something with Nicolas Cage in it called Between Worlds.
Between Worlds. Oh, I got it. Oh goodness.
Yeah, right. He's like a Satan of a figure. It's sort of a Ghost Rider of a situation.
Oh, the T in between is upside down, like a upside down cross.
Yeah, it's like an upside down cross, like Satan loved to do.
But it makes it look like the title of this movie is Bellween Worlds.
Yeah, it is. It's Bellween. He's from the world of Bellween. Well, let's take a look at it. So, first of all, whatever that is, I'm definitely going to watch it.
Yeah, 100%. It looks very good.
Nick Cage is some sort of greasy trucker man whose whose wife and daughter die, and so he brings him back from the other side, from hell. But that causes spooky business.
Wait, is that what happened? I thought it was like a lady was trying to bring her daughter back, and it was the soul of Nick Cage's wife done come back into her body.
Okay, that might be happened. I don't know. It was unclear from that trailer.
Yeah.
Regardless, James, movies are always jumping in media res with the hell escapes, right? Like,
Yep.
Drive Angry, also starring Nicolas Cage. When we meet him, he has already droved Angry out from hell. Pet Sematary, it always deals with, they come back. They come back arguably worse than they were when they went.
Because sometimes dead is better.
Sometimes dead is better. This movie, also arguably dead was better for these folks here. But, we never see the meat. We never see the goods. We never see the actual hell. So I'm thinking of kind of like an Escape from New York, Escape from LA situation where a hardened badass with nothing to lose has to break into hell for reasons.
Ooh.
The president's daughter she's died, and her soul has crashed into hell. As you know, when a member of the presidential family dies, 2 Secret Service agents are immediately summarily executed in order to escort their soul to heaven, where all presidents and their families are allowed to go.
Right.
Except these Secret Service agents, they didn't do their job good, and their helicopter got shot, or heavencopter got shot down. Now the president's daughter's soul is trapped in hell. And this hardened badass, they were on their way to the big house, the big federal slammer for not following orders, but this is going to be their one big chance to redeem themselves and gain their freedom. Go down to hell, break her out.
Get her out.
Get her on out of there.
They've got to disguise themselves as demons, and they just put on like some fucking Party City headband demon horns, and they're just walking around hell in like their Secret Service uniform with sunglasses and an earpiece and demon horns going, yes, we are demons.
I like the idea that they're following like ancient Egypt rules, because in ancient Egypt times, the pharaoh would get put in their big triangle because that's where they would live in the afterlife, and then they would murder some servants and mummify them to put them in there. They'd mummify cats for them to hang out with, and then they'd mummify all of their favorite toys and chairs and stuff. So I like the idea of a scene of this hardened badass gets taken out of prison, gets brought to the White House, gets their mission. Then, okay, here you go, you're dead. We're going to mummify you, send your soul to hell, but you're going to need some equipment. So then it's like the equipment getting montage from action movies, except they're killing and mummifying an AK-47, killing and mummifying a bunch of grenades, killing and mummifying a bazooka. Because you know what Satan's not expecting, James? Satan's not expecting an arsenal.
Oh, shit.
All demons got is whips and chains and stuff.
Pitchforks,
etc.
Yeah. Pitchforks, etc. The new store opening up.
I think they walk past the store called Pitchforks, etc. while they're walking down the street in hell.
Yep.
Cloven Foot Locker.
That was a good one.
Bed Bath and Beyond the Veil.
That was a good one. Sam Baddies.
Yeah, that's really good. Extremely Hot Topic. Old One's Navy. I could do this all day. Just Spencer's Gifts. It's just there. That's where it's from.
It's just unchanged.
Yep.
Oh, but at this one, they have like 5 different sizes of fake prosthetic boobs.
Yeah, and with differing numbers of boobs for your different sort of demon chesticle situations.
Finally, I can be that lady from Total Recall for Halloween.
Oh, man. For Halloween is a big deal in hell. I'll tell you what.
Yep, they call it Halloween.
Yeah, they do. They're not very creative.
No. That's why they named their stores Extremely Hot Topic and Sam Baddies.
James, it's too simple to just call this movie Escape from Hell, right?
Hell of an Escape. And
Oh.
hell is italicized.
Die Hard. No.
Die hard for your country because you're a Secret Service agent.
Yep, that's it. That's the title. Not about the Secret Service agents, but that's what we're going to call it.
Yep.
Die hard for your country because you're a Secret Service agent and your job is to escort the president's daughter to heaven, but you did a bad job. Is the title of this movie.
It's much shorter in the native Hungarian, but the translation had some problems.
Yeah, it's one word in its home country.
Yeah.
James, shall we fix another trailer?
I think we shall.
Let me pitch this one at you.
Mm-hmm.
How about this terrible looking movie called Fantastic Beasts, The Crimes of Gribblegob?
Yes, definitely.
Let's check this one out. Oh,
Are we watching
3 trailers?
Yeah, there's a lot of them.
Let's do trailer 3 because trailer 2 is almost 4 minutes long.
Yeah, that's excessive.
It's like might as well just be the movie at that point, in my opinion.
4 minutes, 2 hours, same difference.
James, if you traveled back in time 10 years and told me that there would be 2 new extended universe Harry Potter movies and I would aggressively not give one shit about either of them, I would not have believed you and thought you were a secret wizard liar from the future.
Wizard liar in this context meaning one who lies about wizards.
Yeah, exactly. Telling me terrible wizard lies.
Yeah, man.
But boy, howdy, this movie looks like a real piece of garbage.
It doesn't make any goddamn sense, this whole story. I didn't love the first Fantastic Beasts movie, but it had some charm. But turning it into this epic story, it doesn't make any goddamn sense. In the first movie, this fucking guy is just like a nice boy who likes some animals and wants to take them back to where they live, and that's his whole deal. And now they're hiring him to murder the most dangerous wizard in the world? Why? Why that guy?
Because he controls all the beasts who can do it for him.
He doesn't, though. The whole plot of the first movie is all his beasts run away because he's a dumb idiot with a broken suitcase.
Mm-hmm. We've all been there. James, the biggest crime of Grivenwald, in my opinion, is that this trailer made me look at Johnny Depp's stupid ass for 1,000,000 hours and barely showed me Ezra Miller at all.
Like, Warner Brothers heard all of the people, like, complaining and asking, like, hey, Warner Brothers, why do you still have Johnny Depp in this fucking movie? Hey, J.K. Rowling, why do you still have Johnny Depp in this fucking movie? Like, he should not be allowed to be in movies anymore. Just take him on out of there, make this movie better. And they said, nah. Hey, remember Johnny Depp? He's in this movie. This whole movie's about him.
Yeah, we heard all of your complaints about the literal abusive piece of shit Johnny Depp, and we decided to ignore them completely, you fools. We
Not
don't
just
care.
ignore them, we want to emphasize his presence.
Well, let's just get him on out of there. Let's get Gribblegob right out of this movie. And let's
Phil, wait. Let's get Grindelwald out of this movie, and let's get Gribblegob into this movie.
Well, that's sort of. I want to seize on a cultural icon, and unlike the terrible villain Johnny Depp, an actual good guy, and a beautiful Antifa monster, Gritty, and make Fantastic Beasts: The Crimes of Gritty.
Is that the scary orange hockey mascot?
Yeah, and Antifa icon.
Yep.
And it's just about Fantastic Beasts, except the Fantastic Beast is gritty. And his crimes is, beating up Nazis and smashing bank windows.
Hell yes. With a hockey stick.
With a big hockey stick, yeah.
Just doing slap shots through them windows.
Eyeballs jiggling all over the ding-dang place.
Constantly falling down on his skates.
And the rest of the movie can all be, period wizard nonsense as long as Gritty's there and everyone's trying to catch Gritty. But Gritty eludes them at Gritty beguiles them, eludes them, and also wins them over in the end.
Yeah, it's sort of a Lupin the Third situation, but like from Zenigata's perspective. So Gritty is Lupin the Third, and we follow Gritty's Zenigata trying to take him down, but he just can't.
And I want to be clear, there's no Gritty special effects. It is a guy in a mascot costume.
Yeah, 100%.
And every time all of their magic
constantly
fails,
falling down on his skates.
Yeah, because he's not on ice, James. But every time their plots to capture him fail and the suitcase breaks and the wand breaks and dang it, all of our Dementors couldn't get him. We cut to him and he's just eyeballs jingling, kind of standing there awkwardly waving from the rooftop. They're like, oh, you've eluded me again, Gritty.
And then he slips and falls off the roof.
Mm-hmm.
And
so
Zenigata just has to play like he's still there. Oh, you've bested me again. Oh, shit. See? Oh, we're just still rolling. He got me again, Gritty. How do you keep escaping?
That's the other nice thing. It's sort of a Spider-Man turn off the dark situation where the person playing Gritty is going to get injured really badly all the time. But fortunately, he is wearing a job. It comes with a job, and he's wearing a great big old mask. So just throw anybody in there; it don't really matter. He's got no lines, James.
Yeah, except for the horrible shrieking noises, the horrible otherworldly shrieks that come out of his gaping maw when he finally opens it.
Yeah, but I think those take place kind of in your brain more than they do come out of his mouth.
Yeah. We'll revolutionize brainwave technology in the theaters to just send the screams into people's heads.
I meant in the brains of his enemies in the movie.
No,
I like
life.
your idea where we use technology to send hypersonic gritty waves into people's brains and cause them to hear an eldritch screech in their fucking lizard brain.
Yeah, no one over 65 can see our movie because they will go full scanners.
Yeah. And you know what? Like 1 in 10 people under 65 will too, but that's the price you pay for art, James.
Yeah, you sign a waiver when you go in.
Yeah. So, coming to a theater near you, Fantastic Beast: The Crime of Gribblegob. Fantastic Beast: The Crimes of Gritty Grab.
Yep.
James, do you feel sufficiently warmed up to travel far, far away a long time ago to a galaxy there?
Yeah, I do.
It's far, far away. It's a galaxy a long time ago.
Yep.
It's a Star War.
It's a Star War.
Two stars hated each other so much. James, here's a fun fact about Star War.
Mm-hmm.
You may have heard of Star Wars. You listening at home, you may have heard of the franchise and the books, and the video games, and the comic books, and the toys,
the cartoon
and the extended
series.
universe, and cartoon series. All of the big, massive media conglomerate that is the Star Wars universe. But confusingly, they've never actually made a good Star Wars movie. They're all literal pieces of shit, every single one of them without exception. So we decided if we're going to make, if it's our job here in the film repair department to repair films, we can't always just be resting on our laurels fixing old forgotten pieces of trash like Mars Needs Moms and the Mac and Me. If we want to, really earn our keep, if we want to really put ourselves on the map, we got to tackle the biggest, worst movies of all, the Star Wars ones.
I mean, we've been complaining about them for years.
Yeah, please go into our archives and listen to all 3 Haters Cast episodes about Star Wars to know how I feel about Star Wars.
The first episode, the last episode, and one of the ones somewhere in the middle. But as we've said repeatedly, Phil, this podcast isn't movie complaining.
No, that was our old podcast.
Yeah, our old podcast, Movie Complaining. This is Movie Improvy, so yeah, we gotta fix the Star Wars. Now, Phil, which of the Star Wars is we doing? Because we got like 10 to choose from at this point.
Yeah, except we didn't, because the streaming services on my my Roku do not offer any of the core Star Wars, the Star Cores, for streaming. They wanted me to pay $20 American to buy one, and I said no to this. I said no, thank you to this. I'm pretty sure I already own the New Hope because I bought it for our last stupid podcast. And Movie Madness was not open at 9 o'clock this morning for me to go rent the physical copy. So we decided to fix an also terrible Star Wars movie that was available for rent, Solo, a Star Wars story.
Just a Star Wars story.
One of so many, James.
It's a really underwhelming title for a very underwhelming and deeply stupid film.
Yeah, this movie sucked a bunch of ass.
This movie... Phil, did you know that Han Solo's name is Han Solo because he didn't have a last name and he was alone? So some guy at a computer was like, your last name is Solo.
Yeah, he said, who's your people? What's your last name? Who's your people? I don't got any people. I'm all alone. Cool, your name's Han Alone Man. Han Lonely Guy.
Han LonelyGirl15.
Yeah, James, we can get right into it because I do have one idea here related to that.
Yeah.
And obviously, if it's canon that Han Solo's last name is Solo because he was alone one time, by the transitive properties of movie canon, then that means that that's true of every stupid name in the Star Wars franchise. Mm-hmm. So I wanted to see the backstory about how that time that Jabba was a Hutt.
That time he was a rudimentary house that sheltered a small family somewhere deep in the wilderness.
Yeah, I think there's a whole village of them, of sentient slug beings, arranged in a forest clearing in which a bunch of little nasty aliens lived their lives. But Jabba wasn't satisfied with that. All Jabba's people, all of his family had lived there, living this sort of symbiotic relationship with all these small creatures for as long as anyone could remember. They got their tummies burned by the campfires the creatures made, but they got to swallow their food scraps afterwards. And it was an arrangement that was, while not equal, was working for both parties. But Jabba had bigger dreams. Jabba wanted to be whatever he is in the Star Wars movies. I think he's some kind of nasty gangster.
He's a mob boss, yeah.
Yeah, so one day he was like, look, there's bigger things in the world for me, Jabba. I'm going to just digest the people who live inside of me and peace the fuck out.
I'm gonna go live in a big palace somewhere with a big vagina monster who lives in the sand outside and some weird little rat dog to laugh really annoyingly at all my good jokes.
Yeah, what was that guy's name?
The rat dog?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Salacious Crumb is his name.
Yeah, Salacious P. Crumb. Now, do you think he was of the species who once inhabited Jabba's corpulent body?
Yeah, he's all that's left, Phil. He's the Crumb. That's how he got his name. He's all that's left of Jabba's meal.
Oh my God, that's so good, James. Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's Jabba, a Star Wars story.
Yeah, so Phil, like you, all of my ideas are different a Star Wars story movie ideas.
I didn't say that.
Oh, well, all of mine are different Star Wars story ideas. I just wanted to dive, because, Phil, we complain about Star Wars a lot, but I think even you would agree that, at least at a very base aesthetic level, like, there's potential for the Star Wars universe. They just need to write better stories.
They just need to make a good movie. I like the Star Wars universe. I like the video games. I like some of the... I've never read any of the books, but I like some of the comic books. But the movies is just bad.
Yeah.
But yeah, I agree. The universe is a rich tapestry ripe for the taking.
So yeah, I just went around and I wanted to pluck out some of the characters from the universe who ain't had their own movie, who need one. First up is Ackmena, a Star Wars story. Ackmena is a character played by B. Arthur in the Star Wars Holiday Special.
Okay.
She owns a Mos Eisley Cantina style dive bar that she has to close down early for the night because the Empire set a curfew for the planet she's on. And then she sings a song and dance number that's basically closing time by Semisonic to get everyone out of her bar. And according to the extended universe, that just one song, like there happened to be a famous space record executive in the bar that night, and she went on to have a successful singing career.
You know that new sound you've been looking for?
Yep.
Well, that sort of pivots into one of my ideas here, James, which is A Star Wars is Born.
Wow. Yes. Yep, it's that, and it's B. Arthur.
Yeah, and I think that the Bradley Cooper in this situation is maybe it's figuring Dan from the modal nodes. He's been in cantinas all his life. He's an alcoholic. He's at the end of his career, but he discovers B. Arthur in that wherever she was that day, and he sees her potential. He gets one more look at her, and he's like, "Hey, kid, you've got what it takes." And then they fall in love.
Yeah, but then tragically their love story ends because he's constantly just telling her to make all her music.
Yeah, she doesn't want to play jizz. Jizz is over.
She doesn't want to play the same one jizz song over and over and over and over again till the end of time.
She says, "Fiddlin' Dan, I'm sick of your jizz. I'm going to make my own way in the world." James, I also have a blank person, a Star Wars story idea here. Mine is Aunt Beru, a Star Wars story.
Ooh, uh-huh. So does that end with her getting vaporized by the Empire and turning into a long skeleton?
Sort of. James, can I read to you some pieces of her backstory on Wikipedia? Or I'm sorry, on the Star Wars Wikia.com?
Yes.
Her full name is Beru Whiteson Lars. When Beru was young, she had a dream of setting up her own cafe or restaurant in Anchorhead. She had this dream because during her school years, she entered in a cooking class, and the teacher told Beru that her blue milk cheese was the best he had ever tasted, prompting her to have such dream, as the instructor said that it appeared that she was born to make blue milk cheese. Now, I know you're already captivated, but I just want to pause. To try and get inside the mind of the writer who was given literally an entire universe of crazy alien stuff and people, and was like, what's a wild alien food? What's a weird alien food I could have her make? Oh, I know. Blue cheese.
I mean, like, I get what they're trying to do because the blue milk is a thing in the Star Wars, but, like, that's all you got is blue milk cheese?
Anyway, eventually she fell in love with Owen Lars, son of the moisture farmer Klieg Lars, and so they began dating. Shortly before the outbreak of Clone Wars, Shmi Skywalker Lars, Owen's stepmother, was kidnapped by Tusken Raiders, an event that brought Anakin Skywalker, Shmi's son, and Senator Padme Amidala to the Lars moisture farm, where they were received by Klieg. Anakin arrived too late to save his mother, who passed away in his arms, prompting him to slaughter the Tuskens. When he returned, a funeral was held at the farm. Beru served blue milk cheese to everyone.
Jesus Christ. Blue Jesus Christ.
3 years later, Beru had already married Owen and taken his last name, both alone after Klieg's death. They decided to have a child, but problems of infertility precluded them to having one, leading them to consider seeing one of the fertility droids at Mos Eisley. When the galactic conflict came to a close, Beru and Owen became the guardians of their new nephew, Luke Skywalker, after his father turned to the dark side and became Darth Vader, and his mother died in childbirth. Skipping ahead to the death, you know how she dies, turned into a long skeleton.
Yep.
Post-mortem, beyond from the realm of the living, acknowledging her and his husband's deaths, Beru reflected on the role that Luke played in her life, remembering herself bustling around the kitchen, serving blue milk cheese, and haggling Owen to let Luke attend the Imperial Academy. As she speculated that had Owen let Luke go, they could still be alive, Beru remembered various moments of her life, finally resting comfortably with the knowledge that Luke went off with Kenobi, met Organa, destroyed the Death Star battle station, and saved the galaxy.
Who refers to Princess Leia by her last name?
Oh my God!
World.
We have to make that movie about this wonderful, caring, blue milk loving woman.
Oh shit! I do kind of like the idea because I mean, Aunt Beru, like so many other moms in fiction, just like gets murdered before the start of the story. I do kind of like the idea of giving one of them moms their own movie.
Yeah, or we could Darkhawk it and just kill Luke this time and have her go save Galaxy.
Oh, oops! Yep.
What else do you have, James?
Let's see. Another character I got here deserves their own story. Mount Sorrow, a Star Wars story.
Oh, is that a mountain that's sad?
Yeah, he's a big mountain who's sad all the time and cries and drowns Ewoks with his tears. Really? Yeah.
Oh, he live on Endor?
Yeah, he lives in the forest moon of Endor.
He's a sentient mountain?
Yeah, he's a big sentient mountain who's with a face, who's sad all the time and cries.
Can I pivot that again into another idea that I think would fit so nicely? So the Ewoks, I think that they must live at the mercy of this mountain, right? Like they're getting drowned by him tears all the time. It's sort of like a very unpredictable flood cycle, similar to in the Fertile Crescent. And I think that would lead them to adopt a sort of an overarching pagan religion based around sacrifice to prevent such flooding. Wouldn't you agree?
I would. Yeah, they got to toss some Ewoks into the volcano to stop the bad water mountain.
Yeah, culminating, I think, with a yearly harvest festival that coincides with the arrival on Endor of some sort of human, maybe it's an Empire official, who's looking for a missing woman who's disappeared on Endor. As he befriends the Ewoks, he realizes that there's something sinister going on, and this leads to his own death as they sacrifice him to the mountain. And the name of this movie is called, of course, The Wicket Man.
I saw where it was going, and I was so there for the build. I was like, it's Wicker Man. What's the pun gonna be?
Yeah, it's Wicket Man.
Yeah, that's very, very good. Absolutely.
Thank you.
Yeah, and at the end, the stormtrooper is just being burnt alive in a giant straw Ewok while the Ewoks dance and sing, and there's a big crying mountain behind him.
But the mountain's not crying because it's happy. That's why they did it.
Oh, yeah. Well, the mountain is still crying, but he's smiling. It's tears of joy.
He loves to watch people burnt alive in a Wicker Man.
Yep, Wicker Ewok.
James, we've got really good synergy between my titles and your ideas right now. Like, that's 2 for 2. It's very beautiful.
Yeah, I'd love to see you do the next one.
Well, let's reverse it this time. I'll give you a title that I don't have anything for and see what you can do.
Okay.
This one's called Ponda Babadook.
Okay.
You know that guy with the butt face who gets him arm chopped off?
Ponda Baba, yeah.
Yeah, so I thought Ponda Babadook is an idea.
So is it still him and he's the Babadook, or is he being haunted by the Babadook?
Ooh, I think maybe he's being haunted by the Babadook.
I think he's being haunted by the Babadook, and that Babadook is Obi-Wan Kenobi just sneaking around his house threatening to cut off his other limbs.
But Obi-Wan Kenobi's not really there, and really what Ponda Baba is fighting is depression.
Yep.
Or it's not Obi-Wan Kenobi, it's the actual Babadook, and they fall in love.
Aw, Pennywise will be so sad, though.
Yeah, well, Pennywise doesn't exist in this universe. Unless it does.
All 3 of them.
Because Pennywise is from a galaxy far, far away.
Sure, yeah.
Cool, anyway. Do you have another idea?
Yeah, this one is Luke Skywalker, a Star Wars story.
I think that's the first one.
No, Phil. Luke with 2 U's.
Oh, right. I forgot that was a thing.
Yeah, are you familiar with this, Phil?
I've heard of it, but I don't remember the context of it.
Okay, so Luke Skywalker is basically like the Ben Reilly to Luke Skywalker's Peter Parker.
You know how to communicate to me, James, and it's with 90s Spider-Man references.
Yeah, okay, so you know in Empire Strikes Back how Luke get him hand cut off?
Yeah. Oh, they grew a boy out of the hand this time?
Yeah, some bad man found the hand and used it to make a clone. Now, he had cloned some other folks before, and for some reason, in this cloning process, the clones struggle to say the letter U. Like, it always gets stretched out longer. So he named him Luke with 2 U's.
Yeah, as you do.
That's all real.
Why wouldn't he just name him something that didn't have a U in it? Like Craig. Or Gertrude. Oh, Gertrude. Darn it, that's a U in there. Paul. Can they say Paul?
Beatrice.
Yeah, Beatrice Skywalker.
Harry Potter Skywalker.
Anyway, what's this guy's story? What's he do after that?
I don't know. I think that's good enough. He's just the shitty clone of Luke who can't say use good.
Yeah, but he does everything else better and usurps Luke Skywalker and takes over him life and makes a good story this time.
Ooh, actually, I think, okay, maybe he does do everything better, but no one can take him seriously because of his stupid fucking name. And the fact that he can't say you.
So it becomes sort of a Frank Grimes of a situation where even though he's clearly superior in every way, he's driven to insanity because no one can see how terrible Luke is.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, and then he and Luke at the end resolve their differences and fall in love, make sex to each other.
Oh, okay.
James, so you know how this movie is about, we took a character that people love and we said, okay, but what about them when they were younger and less interesting?
What about when they were younger and exactly the same? Because Han Solo is exactly the same at the beginning, end of this movie, and in the entire Star Wars series.
Yeah, he doesn't so much have a character arc as he does collect things that he had before this movie came out.
Hey,
it's like how him get his stuff.
Yeah, hey, how'd Han Solo get such a cool name? Someone named him that. How'd Han Solo get such a cool gun? Someone gave it to him. How'd Han Solo get such a cool sidekick? Someone threw them together, literally, like in a pit.
What's your name? Chewbacca? Oh, that's too long. I'm going to have to come up with a nickname for you, is literally a line that's in this movie.
No one likes that guy. No one likes the guy who's like, no, you need a nickname, bro.
Yeah. Also, that's stupid. Just let it happen organically.
Yeah.
But as we know, people love these stories. They love, young Darth Vader. What was he like when he was a stupid little baby? I love it. Oh, Batman? What about when he was a little baby? I love Gotham, the TV show. So I thought we could just do that for the whole Ding Dang universe and have them just all be rowdy teens in an idea I like to call my Jedi Academia.
Hell yes. I thought you were going to go a Riverdale route with it, but yes, I like that also.
I mean, we could work some Riverdale-esque stuff in there because what My Hero Academia really is missing is relationship drama, in my opinion.
That's true. Yeah.
I like the only real relationship drama in that show is Deku and Bakugo fighting over All Might's affection, which is lovely. But yeah, some CW, we could CW it up a bit, I think. But yeah, it's a Jedi Academy. All the kids, I think it's in Star Wars history times when Jedis were still a boot. And I think Yoda's young and he teaches there probably. And
Yoda and Yaddle.
Yep, Yaddle. Yoda, or maybe Yoda and Yaddle are students there. Maybe it's even furthest back. And all the kids go there to go to high school and learn how to be Jedi. And maybe there's also there's Jedi class, but then there's also bounty hunter class, and those classes interact every once in a while. You've got a school of rival Jedis with whom they're friendly but competitive. And then, of course, they have to battle the evil Sith teens out to scrumble up the universe.
And it's Darth. It's just all the Darths at the same time, which doesn't make any sense, but it is.
Yeah, they're all Darths.
Yeah. There's an Anakin on the good side and also Darth Vader on the bad side.
Oh, they're there?
They're both there. Yeah, everyone's there. Timeline doesn't matter. They're all there.
Oh, great. Yeah, I love it.
Yeah, it's Han Solo and also Poe Dameron and also Anakin Skywalker and also R2-D2. They're all there at the same time.
What's R2 doing?
Same thing he always does. He's just running around saying bleeps and bloops that people interpret as sassy remarks.
Yeah, I love it. My Jedi Academia. James, what else you got?
I got... Okay, this is one I really think has a lot of potential just on its own, and I don't think we have to tweak it that much to make it funnier. It's a Star Wars character. His name is Jodo Kast, a Star Wars story. Jodo Kast is a bounty hunter who wears armor that looks just like Boba Fett's so that he can trick people into thinking he's Boba Fett so he can charge more.
Oh, I like that. So
I
kind
think
of just like Luke, is that he looks exactly like a character we already have now.
Yeah, but he's like it's a I like the fun grifter angle behind it. I like the idea that he's a like a Ralph Dibny-esque, like really shitty bounty hunter who's just like, well, it's a good thing you called me Boba Fett. I'm gonna take care of this problem before you ride up.
Does he? Does his backpack have jets?
Not. I think it looks like it does, but I don't think he ever actually uses them.
Okay, does he get his man, though, like Boba always does? Or does he just charge up front? Like, is he actually a good bounty hunter? And he's just trying to make it by riding on Boba's coattails? Or also, no. Boba's not that good. Boba sucks in the movies. So why does Boba have such a good reputation? This guy can leech off of it. Boba doesn't catch anybody, then he gets eaten by a dirt lizard.
Yeah, but Phil, in the extended universe, he escapes the dirt lizard and goes on to do great things.
So this is after that.
Yeah.
Got it.
But yeah, no, I think he's actually a very bad bounty hunter. I do think he does stumble his way into getting the job done somehow every time, but mostly I think he's kind of a bumbling buffoon.
No, I like that. I like that a lot. He's sort of like a I'm trying to think of someone else of that trope. I guess kind of a Malcolm Reynolds-ish and kind of a
Hercule from Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah, there you go. Is he also a Mandalorian?
Ooh, that's an excellent question. I don't know.
God, there's so much about this guy. There's so much bullshit about everyone who's ever been in a Star Wars.
Everyone.
It's fucking ridiculous. I mean, I kind of love that dedication to like fanfic and like universe building, but also it's a bit much.
Yeah. No, Jodocast was not a Mandalorian himself.
Oh, here's a Mandalorian named Fesket
okay.
Bob.
So he was around while Boba Fett was in the Sarlaac pit. Like, Boba Fett fell in the Sarlaac pit, and this guy just, like, painted his armor to look like Boba's and was like, well, I'm Boba Fett now. Boba Fett's not around no more, so it's me.
It's like the Dread Pirate Roberts. Like, well, he's dead, so I'm the new Boba.
Yeah.
Long live Boba.
Yep.
Oh, man. Now let me suck some of these balls out of my tea.
I'm sorry. He worked for a time with fellow bounty hunter Puggles Trod.
That's good, but you missed my Boba joke.
Oh, I'm sorry. I got distracted by Puggles Trod.
It's fine. It doesn't matter. No, that's a very good idea, James. Can I give you another one?
Yes.
And I wrote this down before even the droid liberationist droid showed up in this movie.
Yeah.
Because it's something I've been thinking about since we watched the first Star Wars. And it's the droid slave revolt.
Fuck yeah.
Like, droids are slaves in this movie, and it's treated like a funny joke. Like, you don't have any rights. Look at this idiot.
Yeah.
He's a sentient robot that we abuse and destroy wantonly.
Yep.
I want the droids to rise up and kill all the meat people.
Yeah, I agree. And I think, I agree with you. It's horrible what they do to the droids all the time, but at least, like, diegetically, they could always fall back on, like, well, that's just how the droids are programmed. But if you have a droid who, like, thinks for herself and is unhappy with her position, that kind of ruins that whole argument. And now,
yeah, it does.
And now you just have to accept the fact that, like, every character in the Star Wars universe is A-okay with slavery. All your
they're all
faves,
complicit.
Han Solo and Luke and Leia and literally everyone you love is completely complicit in the slavery of sentient beings.
All of my favorites, James.
Yeah, yours specifically, Phil.
James, can I tell you what this movie's called?
Yes.
Sparktacus.
That's real good. Yeah, that's real good.
See, because Spartacus is the guy who led a famous slave revolt.
Yeah, I think to be extra Star Warsies, though, I think it is pronounced Sparktacus, but I think it's spelled like SP-RK-icus.
Oh, definitely. Definitely.
Yeah.
Because that's the name of the lead droid in it.
Yeah. Yep.
And they also are very sparky.
Yeah, well, they don't like necessarily function right, so they got sparks coming out of them all the time. So some guy one time was like, I'm going to call you Sparky. And that's how they got their name.
You need a nickname. Sparktacus is too long. I'm giving you a nickname now. It's Sparky. And that's how you got your nickname. Who are you talking to?
Why do you keep turning like 90 degrees to the right?
How I met my nickname. What else you got, James?
I got one more. It's Jackson, a Star Wars story.
Okay.
Jackson you might be familiar with because he is from the Marvel Comics line of Star Wars comics.
He had the purple lightsaber.
He's a big green space rabbit who kicks folks.
Oh, not Samuel L. Jackson?
It is now, Phil. It's Samuel L. Jackson.
Oh, yeah, I know this boy.
Yeah, he's a big green space rabbit voiced by Samuel L. Jackson who goes around space kicking folks.
That's terrific. So he's sort of a Yosagi Jimbo kind of a figure, but in an outer space setting.
Yes. Uh-huh.
Oh, gross. There's like a more realistic drawing of him, and I do not like it. Ugh, too yucky.
Send it to me. I want to see. Ooh, I found it. No, I found it.
Yeah, it's yucky.
I hate it.
So what's his deal? He's a smuggler.
He's a former smuggler. I don't know. I just know he's a big green rabbit in a red suit who kicks people.
Yeah, that's pretty great.
Yeah.
I'm on the Star Wars wiki. Let's see if his biography is as well written as Aunt Beru's.
At some point during the Galactic Civil War, Jackson and the pirate Amaza Foxtrain were hired by Prizzy, Queen of Livorno, to safely
it's so
deliver.
hard not to click on every single one of these names and see what kind of nonsense it leads to.
I know. To safely deliver the last eggs of her kind to Princess Leia Organa of the Rebel Alliance. Once aboard the smuggler's starship, the Rabbit's Foot, why would he name his spaceship that? It's horrible.
It's
not
lucky.
for him. He's a rabbit. People cut his foot off.
Is he canonically a rabbit, or is
He's
he
a
just
rabbit. His species is called the lepi.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, he's a big green space rabbit. Once aboard the smuggler's starship, the Rabbit's Foot, Jackson and the Queen realized that the eggs were not hers when they hatched, revealing hostile flying creatures. It turned out that Foxtrain had double-crossed him, slipping away with the real eggs.
Yeah. Okay. That's fine.
You got no more to say about Jackson the Big Green Space Rabbit?
Not really, because even he's just a rabbit skin of Han Solo, right? Like he's not a unique character in any way. He's just like, we turned Han Solo into a bunny rabbit to jerk off to.
Okay, so let's do all of the original Star Wars movies again, but with Jackson instead of Han Solo.
Yeah, but they'd still be bad. I mean, the only other thing I have to say is just, and I've been saying this on this podcast for as long as I can remember, but just Old Man Lando again. I just want an Old Man Lando movie.
Starring Donald Glover or starring Billy D. Williams?
No, Sir Billy D. Williams.
Yeah.
And it's like a Ronin Yojimbo ass Lando Calrissian, just wandering the galaxy, righting wrongs and smooching people of all genders.
Mm-hmm. Does he still have that little guy with the butt face or with like the vagina face who was his co-pilot?
Hell yeah.
You know who I'm talking about?
No, the guy who has like a mask over the top half of his face.
No, he wears like a little aviator cap, and he's got like big bug eyes and like vagina lip face.
Yeah, and it looks like he's got a mask over the top half of his face. Yeah. Nien num num. Nien num. Nien. Neen numb.
Neen numb. Neen numb.
Neen numb.
Oh my God! Please tell me the Star Wars Wiki has a pronunciation guide. They do not. But yeah, he's there too.
Yes. Obviously.
His face has gotten so droopy over the years.
Okay, James, what Star Wars should we make this day? What Star Wars story are we here to tell?
I think I don't know, A Star War is Born is a definite front runner for me.
Yeah, Star Wars Born's pretty good. Also that SEO, though.
I also really like The Wicket Man.
Yeah, I like The Wicket Man a lot.
And I'm also going to throw my hat into the ring for the Jodo Cast movie.
I already forgot who that was. Oh, yeah.
Fake Boba.
Yeah, I don't know if I care about that one.
You don't think there's wacky screwball material to be had out of a guy just impersonating a shitty but famous bounty hunter?
No, because can I tell you the issue I have with that one is the other two I feel like I can have fun talking about the plot and making a movie. I feel like the fake Boba one is just going to require me to look up and then talk about a bunch of actual Star Wars garbage.
Yeah, I feel that. Okay.
James, I think I want to do The Wicket Man with Big Crying Mountain.
All right, we'll do The Wicket Man.
I mean, I think we've laid out the plot to this a little bit, but it definitely is like an empiric. What's the word?
Imperial.
That's the one. That's the one they did. It's an imperial agent. Do they have like just police, like a detective? What's an imperial detective?
I think it's just a stormtrooper in a Sherlock Holmes outfit.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, Sherlock Stormtrooper.
Ooh, it's an inspector.
If I don't get results of like a full cosplay of this, yep, there it is. Cool. Yeah, Sherlock Holmes Stormtrooper cosplay. Of course there is.
Okay, so it's an imperial inspector, and let's find a Star Wars name generator here.
Phil, I can do it. I could probably do it off the top of my head.
Oh yeah, can you?
I almost just said Sorbo, which would be good.
Kevin Sorbo.
It's just Kevin Sorbo.
How about Kalira Kuna?
Kalira, I don't know where one name ends and the next one begins, so it's perfect.
Gisela Revick.
Gisela?
Okay, hold on. I'm going to find a different name generator. These are actually becoming increasingly less pronounceable.
Well, if he's a stormtrooper, I'm pretty sure he'd have just like a number name, some numbers and letters name.
He's not a stormtrooper. They are not a stormtrooper. They're an inspector. They're an imperial detective.
Okay, but like 90% of the imperial forces are stormtroopers.
Yeah, but this one's not. They're an imperial detective. I'm sticking to it.
Okay.
Okay. I'm going to pick a type of... Are they human?
They're stormtroopers, so they're all a Jango Fett clone.
Okay, they're a clone. Well, they're not a stormtrooper. God damn it,
right,
James.
Sorry.
Let's go. Ooh, action. Action Brass.
Detective Action Brass.
Yeah, I think that's it.
Action spelled AKXUN.
Definitely. So Detective Action Brass got, in their district of the galaxy, which contains Endor, they got a lead about a missing person who had gone to maybe study the native culture of the Ewoks on Endor, and then had gone missing. They hadn't gotten a report from this person in quite a while. So Imperial detective Action Brass was sent to investigate. What they found was a seemingly peaceful community of tiny little monkey people. Who
Teddy
lived in
bear
trees
people,
and-
Phil.
who lived in trees and shit and shot arrows made out of gross sticks. But welcomed him with warm arms until, it got a little bit closer to their yearly harvest festival. And then he started seeing weird activity, like, I don't know, what's some Wicker Man-ass weird activity? They started running around naked in the woods. Because it's canon for our podcast that Ewoks' fur is fur that they wear, right? And it's not their
Yes.
actual bodies.
Yeah, uh-huh.
So they start stripping their fur off and running around naked in the woods and drawing blood pentagrams on all of the trees. And they start, he keeps the inspector keeps waking up to them, like just sort of staring at him through eye holes and paintings of Ewoks in his room, or in their room, it's et cetera and so forth. All of the inspector's investigations into where this missing scientist went are beguiled and derailed. They won't tell him anything. And they are
It's
getting
like the whole Ewok village is in on it.
Yeah, exactly. And then it turns out that they are. The inspector finally finds the face of the mountain, and that's when all the Ewoks tie him up, throw him in a big wicker Ewok, and set them on fire. The last thing that the inspector hears is the laughing of the mountain.
And then at the end, right before he's about to burn to death, they just smash him between two big logs that they had tied up. Dead.
The end. Yeah. I like it.
All right,
Spooky
so
witch Star Wars horror.
yeah, and it is canon that the Ewoks eat folks.
Yeah, no doy.
Like, End of Return of the Jedi, they're all dancing around the fire celebrating, and there's a bunch of stormtrooper helmets on spikes.
Maybe that's the last thing that Inspector Action sees before they die.
Bunch of stormtrooper helmets on spikes.
Yeah, maybe a bunch of people have gone missing and they're all stormtroopers. Like a whole brigade has not reported back.
Ooh. But the Empire's just kind of like, that's pretty routine. They could have just walked off a cliff. Just go look.
They're basically lemmings. But their guns and uniforms are kind of expensive, so you could just go collect those and bring them back. That'd be terrific.
You know what?
But
Not even the
Inspector Action Brass
uniforms.
is like, mission accepted. I will solve the mystery. They're like, no, we don't care. Just like go get their stuff.
You know, if it's too heavy, just leave the uniforms. They don't work against lasers anyway. I don't know why we have them.
I'll get to the bottom of this, or my name is an Inspector Action Brass. All right. Good luck.
Is
But
that your name though?
it sounds made up.
And if it is, your word isn't worth much then.
Let me tell you the story about the time I went through customs and got a new name. And the guy said, wow, you're really running around fast. I'm going to call you Action, and your buttons are shiny. Action Brass. No more Tiffany Diego for me.
What's your name, son? Huh? What's your favorite metal? Brass? Okay, that's your name then.
Yep. It's like Ellis Island, basically. There's like, no, it's just whatever I think of as your name now. Welcome to America. I gotta go get my dice because I have used them for D&D, and then we can roll up some actors for this movie film.
Hell yes.
Also, I'm gonna instate a rule here that we're gonna have to cast a lady for Action Brass because Star Wars has none ladies in it.
None. You get maybe one per trilogy.
Yeah, so I want our lead to be a lady.
Let's do it.
All right, from the movie, Ralph Breaks the Internet. Action Brass will be played by Jane Lynch.
Fuck, that's good casting. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, it's could
Holy
not actually
shit.
be more perfect. I swear to God, that's what I actually rolled. Yeah, it's really perfect.
God damn. Wow. Yeah, that's impeccable casting. Good job, Dice.
It's Jane Lynch as Imperial Inspector Action Brass.
I'm gonna get that son of a bitch. Yeah, that's really good.
How to get burned. How to get burned.
Is that your Jane Lynch impression?
No, that's just the voice I was already using for Action
Oh,
Brass.
yeah. Okay, yeah.
Okay, who else we got? I think we should just, for old time's sake, probably put Warwick Davis in there, huh?
Yeah, Papa War. I think Wicket is the in the original Wicker Man. Isn't there one guy who's like the head priest behind the whole deal?
Yeah. It was Christopher Lee.
Yeah, I think Wicket is Christopher Lee.
Okay, got it. Well, let's cast up the rest of let's cast up the rest of these nasty little forest monkeys, and then maybe we'll cast Inspector Action Brass's Superior, and then call it a day.
Yep.
So, from the movie Robin Hood,
God damn it.
I'm just gonna cast 3 quick Ewoks from this movie.
Do it.
Ewok number 1, Tim Minchin. Beautiful, perfect, great. And Tim, these people, even though they're not necessarily all little folks, I think we're just gonna Lord of the Rings them.
Ah, okay.
Ewok number 2, that's a Eve Hewson. And Ewok number 3, we're looking at a Jamie Dornan.
Ooh, what a good group of British folks.
Let's generate some Ewok names real quick. Hold on one second.
Snuggles?
Yeah. They're gonna be Chaba,
Oh.
Kigley, and Daksak.
Daksak. How do you spell Daksak, Phil?
Daksaak.
Oh, Daksak.
No, it's Daksak. Chaba, Kigley, and Daksak.
Which one's which? It doesn't matter.
They're all nasty little forest monkey witches.
Yep.
And lastly but not leastly, Inspector Action Brass's direct superior from the movie Game Night. It's gonna be Rachel McAdams.
Nice.
Yeah, I think almost entirely we're gonna see her like through a communication screen as Action Brass is trying to report their findings. And Rachel McAdams' character, hold on one second.
Wait, I've got it.
Oh, what do you got? What do you got?
Sith Lord name generator. Darth Skurcuffed.
Yeah, Darth Skurcuffed is really not interested in any of it.
Yeah. Just get the job done. Action Brass.
Action Brass, I need you to just bring the freaking guns back.
Just bring them back.
I don't care what happened to any of them.
Or
but thousands of lives were lost here. Please, my Sith Lord, let me solve the mystery. Well, I mean, fine, like whatever, but like just you don't have to keep calling me with updates. I don't care.
I don't want it. I've got a million other things on my plate. Off screen, she's just like lightsaber dueling with someone one-handed.
I've got my fingers in a lot of pies right now. All right. Yeah, we've made The Wicker Man a Star Wars story.
The
Wicket Man, a Star Wars story.
Oh.
The Wicket Man, a Star Wars
Phil.
story is born. Huh?
Phil, we have to cast Mount Sorrow.
Oh, the sentient mountain. Of course. How could I have forgetted?
Yeah. The whole reason the Ewoks are doing this, Phil,
is for the benefit of Mount Sorrow.
Yeah.
And their crops. Killing me won't make your crops grow.
No, it literally will. There's a mountain with a face on it who cries.
That mountain said, kill people or I'll cry.
Yeah.
I get real sad when people don't get killed. From the movie Fantastic Beasts, The Crimes of Gribblegob. It's going to be Alison Sudol. Alison Sudol. Subtle. Alison Subtle. How do you say her last name?
Sudol.
Sudol. Great. Your mount cries a lot, Alison Sudol.
We will rename the mountain to that for this movie.
Yeah, Mount cries a lot. Because that's what an Ewok would call it, I think.
Yeah. Mount very wet eyes.
Oh, eyes too wet, crops die. Mount eyes too wet, crops die.
Also, Ewoks die. Ewoks can't swim.
Well, James, how do you feel about having done something for the first time in 100 years that no one else ever could? We made a good Star War.
We made a good Star War.
The Wicket Man of Star Wars is born.
Turns out the secret was to just take the Star War part just right out of there.
Yeah, you don't, I mean, it's just a skin that you can put on anything you want, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It's just a setting. Like, oh, it's just any story, but plus the swords is lasers and names are stupid and some faces are butts.
Which is what the movie series should be.
Mm-hmm. No, I agree 100%. Make an anthologies TV series where you tell all sorts of whatever stories you want by lots of new voices, writers, creators, and just take their stories and put some butts on some faces and some lasers on some swords. Bada boom, bada bing, you got a good Star Wars.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hollywood, I'll be looking for your check in the mail.
I'm sure no one's thought of this yet.
Yeah, we're geniuses.
Yep.
Well, on that note, James, thank you so much.
Thank you, Phil.
You're welcome. Thank you for listening. And also, you're welcome out there for creating a good Star Wars for you to enjoy. I know that, you've all craved Star Wars so hard that you've been watching these bad films, but now you've got a good one. You don't have to pretend. Now you can
finally have a good one.
You don't have to pretend to like Solo a Star Wars story or Rogue One a Star Wars story or A New Hope a Star Wars story. You can like this good movie, The Wicket Man, a Star Wars story is born. If you like that idea and the core concept from whence it came, you can like and review this podcast on iTunes. Leave us a nice rating. Leave us a rating on all your other podcast aggregators so more people can hear us improve more movies like Star Wars. James, what's another bad movie series we could improve? How about Transformers, maybe?
Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, those movies suck ass also. Come at me, internet. No, oh, wait, hold on. I know it's a boring story, but what if it lasted forever? Thank you to Cusick for the use of our song Dragonfly. Anything else? Thank you to Laser Swords.
Did we say all our Twitter shit?
Oh, yeah. You can find us on Twitter at Movie Improve. You can find me on Twitter at Bill Stressman. You can follow James on Twitter at Doc Professor Man. His real titles and gender. Well, James, you know, when life gives you Star Wars, make lemonade.
Like the Beyonce album?
Come on, step it up.
Come on, gotta go fast.
Bye.